Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM19 story, part of the furniture with me, Daniel. It's season 5, episode 3, and I've got a little bit of my voice back today, although we're not completely normal. And after a steady yet unspectacular start to the season, we continue with a big game away to Sheffield Wednesday, who are really struggling despite being one of the biggest sides in the league. We've stuck with our formation despite a couple of experiments, so we're just going to get straight into the game after one more bit of interesting transfer news. We talked in the summer about the 2 million sell-on for Armando Broja, and it's on a much smaller scale, but I wanted to show you one that's just ridiculous. Caleb Richards, our backup left-back last year, we sold him in the summer for 40,000, and we had a future sell-on clause of 30% of the profit. They're offering us £80,000 for that, which is suggesting basically that if it were 100% of the profit, it would be 3 times the amount. So 250 grand on top, they're saying he's worth 300,000. I'm not quite sure how they've got to that figure, but we're very much going to accept it and add that to our transfer kitty for next season. So we're very happy with that, and it means we can strengthen in January if we can edge ourselves towards the playoffs. But the only thing, as I said, we've got to do before the game is talk about our recent fixtures. You're with me for the home win against Bolton, where I barely had a voice, but the team were fantastic. We went on a horrific run after that. We lost away at Gillingham 3-2, Butcher with a 94th minute goal to make it look more respectable than it was. We won 4-0 at home to Swindon, 4 different scorers, a really good performance, but unfortunately that was the only one for a long time afterwards, as we lost 4 consecutive games in the league. Against Bradford, firstly 3-1 away, Owen Jack got the goal, but we weren't any good in that one. We lost 4-0 at home to Charlton. We were good for an hour and we just absolutely collapsed. Aaron Davis at fault for 2 of the goals. We lost 1-0 at Southend, Bruno Andrade with the winner for them, and then 2-1 at home to Colchester. Elliot List got his first for the club, but we were already 2-0 down at half time and couldn't quite get back into it. We used the international break to play a friendly against the lower league opposition, and since then we've gone 3 unbeaten, which is fairly good. I'm not including the Checkatrade Trophy game in that because that's not particularly important to us. Nelson got a brace in that one as we went 4-4-2, rolled back the years against the lower league side and it worked. We beat Cheltenham 3-2, Rowan Ince got the winner in the 91st minute. We were 2-1 down and playing awful, but just snuck a result. We won 3-1 at rivals Exeter, the most important bit of the season. That man Joe Pigott scored against us again. Owen Jack missed yet another penalty. That's 6 out of 7, and we've now taken him off taking duties, even though he is the best in the lineup. Nico Williams, Davis and Clark getting the goals there to make it look like a fairly respectable win after a poor start, and beating the rivals is always important. We then drew 1-1 at home to MK Dons in the last game. McKendry's goal was cancelled out late on, and Owen Jack picked up a knock, but hopefully he'll be fit for today. I haven't looked at the lineup yet, so we'll pick it together. There's a few other games in other competitions going on, and we're still the underdogs, despite Sheffield Wednesday losing 3 in a row. So let's look at the team for today. Butcher can't play because it's against his parent club, so we're going to bring in Stephen McComb as we normally do. A bit like at the start of the season, our first game, that's how we lined up in that one. Richards will go onto the bench as the central midfielder. We have brought in Rowan Ince on a free agent deal. He's just as a backup player. He was on trial when we took the last episode. He's come in and made a couple of appearances and even got a goal as well. But he won't be playing many games. He's just there as a 6th midfielder. As you can see, we've got a few other injury and fitness problems. McDonald is quite tired, so Ince rarely is going to get a game after all I've just said. Nico Williams is tired, List is in for him, and Owen Jack is nowhere near fit. Neither's Elliot Lee really, so Nelson will start as the pressing forward. Jack may be on the bench. I don't know what his fitness test was like. He's not fit. Elliot Lee will be the substitute striker, despite recovering from an injury now. So that's the 18 we've got available. I'm not going to take McDonald or Williams off the bench as they're good players. We're going to keep them available in case we need a game changer. So our line-up, we've got McCabe to change in as well. I've just noticed one more that wasn't fit. So unfortunately there is one more change than I'd anticipated, and Tom Walker will come on the bench for him. It means Bass is in goal, Facey and McCabe the fullbacks, with Byrne and Davis in the middle, Ince in holding midfield with Clark and McComb, and then McKendry, List and Nelson the front three, as we look to try and get a positive result here, despite losing half of our team to tiredness. Let's get into it and see if we can get a result. Two matching formations, so it should be a fairly good game. It's just which team comes out on top, and away from home that probably won't be us. Let's get on with the kick-off. It's Mapley with the ball for Sheffield Wednesday. Boyle gets it back to Garner. Garner into Mapley. Mapley back to Garner again. But the highlight ends and it's 0-0 as they take a throw in on the left. McEachran out to Dow, now Browning goes for the shot, but it's straight at Bass who deals with it comfortably down to his right hand side. 5 minutes gone and Sheffield Wednesday are dominating. It's a corner for Wednesday, Jota with the ball in, lock your heads in, and we've conceded from a set piece again. We haven't changed our detailed corner tactics, we just don't seem to be good enough. We've got the best aerial presences in the box, but they don't seem to be very good at marking. Jota seems a good player to have at League One level, but we've just got to deal with that. Browning gets it back to Mapley. It's not a game at the start of the season we would have expected to win. We only want to stay up, so to be 12th or 13th at this stage is great. We've just got to make sure we don't keep sliding, as we're not a huge amount of points clear of the relegation zone. Davis clears the ball out for a throw, and we're under consistent pressure now. It's a throw, our first chance to attack with McCabe. He finds Nelson. McCabe back to Ince. Lovely switch of play for Facey. Can he get the ball into the box? He does, but it's headed away by Browning. Now McCabe delivers to McKendry. Cleared away once, twice, 3 times. Now Clark gets it back out to McCabe again. There's 4 in there. List is one of them. And Elliot List scores the goal. There's the first sign of the cracking of the voice. But a wonderful goal. And we're back on level terms with our first shot of the game, which I'm sure will upset Sheffield Wednesday. 10 minutes to the break though, and we're back in this game. List has been challenged though. He's given the ball away and he could be the villain straight away. He's got the ball inside to Burke. Burke to Mapley. Sheffield Wednesday continue their dominance after the goal. Jota shoots, hits the post. Oh, what happened there? The second one deflects and that's in. That's one of the most ridiculous goals I've ever seen. The second one deflected onto the post. The third one was blocked. And the fourth one was just tapped into the empty net. Jota scores after his assist early on. And he's very much been the difference between the sides. Dowell on the edge of the box to McEachran. They have absolutely dominated. We can't complain with being behind. It's just after getting the equaliser. It's disappointing. Especially to concede so quickly. But at the back post, Jota wins it again. Browning into the box. Post for the 4th time. How many times have they hit the woodwork in this game? That's just a post I've mentioned there. I'm sure they may have hit the bar too. Garner on the edge of the box to Mapley. Mapley back to Dow. Out to Garner again on the left. Garner's shot's blocked and it's going to be cleared away by Elliot List. Can we create a second chance or do we go into the break behind? Ince brings the ball away. It's a very long highlight not to have a goal. We do tend to see this in Football Manager, When we have the long highlights, it leads to a shot on goal. McKendry's got the ball on the left, and hopefully it'll be ours. Into List at the back post, shoots again, and it's a good save by Coleman to put it behind for a corner for Torquay. It's going to be an in-swinger. McKendry will be taking it. Can we get on the end? It's a terrible set piece, and it's straight on the keeper's head, who claims it comfortably. It's a free kick for Sheffield Wednesday. Jota's on it again. Back to Burke. Burke with the ball out to Boyle. Boyle goes for the shot, but he was offside, and thankfully that means we'll only be 1 goal behind at the break. Clark's bringing the ball away. We may even equalise yet. List is behind on the right. There's 2 in the box. He finds McComb, brings it down. He's got time for List again. List shoots and Coleman tips it behind. Another corner, and we had a warning to close Jota down there. McCabe, the man, being challenged with that. Browning heads the corner away as far as Ince. McKendry's delivery's been atrocious so far. Nelson's had a poor game. And I just wonder what would have been if Owen Jack had been fit. It's half time, we're 2-1 down. We'll have a throat lozenge and be back in a moment with the second half. We're going to tell the lads we sympathise. I don't know why, they've not been very good. But we're going to crack on and see if we can get something out of the half. We had another warning for Jota right at the end there, I think. We need to close him down. How someone hadn't worked that out at the start, I'm not sure. I am really thinking about a new assistant manager now. We've struggled a little bit with Sean Taylor. He seems to be a little bit out of his depth in League One. And once his contract expires this season or next, we will put an advert out for a new one. We need to increase our coaching staff and the quality of it. Both the quantity and the quality, in fact. Just because we need to make sure that we're getting these instructions right. The bits I need the assistant to, I need them to be perfect. A bit like the other series, The Head Coach, where we're at Stevenage and we've got Paul Jewell. He's just getting so many decisions right and helping us out. As Nelson's in behind, I didn't think we were going to get a shot. McCabe out of nowhere with a brilliant delivery from the left. and Andrew Nelson has scored a goal, and just as I was about to take him off, he has put himself on the map with a fantastic goal. He got 2 in the Checkatrade Trophy. We've given him a chance in the league due to injuries, and he's taken it with both hands, to be fair. It's a corner for Sheffield Wednesday though. As soon as we score, it seems to go back to the normal pattern. Jota into Boyle, his header straight at Bass, and how he's not over the goal line there I don't know, but we certainly won't complain about keeping the ball. 15 minutes to go. It's a corner for Sheffield Wednesday. If we can get it away, we'll make a sub. Hammond with a shot which is blocked. Is Nelson going to chase it? He's not. He's going to stand still and wait for the ball. That's not going to come to you, mate. You need to do some running. It's a long ball headed away by Facey. Back to Boyle again. As Sheffield Wednesday continue to assert pressure. Every time we score a goal, we just go back into our shell, and it seems to cost us so often away from home, no matter what shape we're playing. Burn heads the ball away to McComb. McKendry over halfway. No idea what that was. Nelson will chase it, but he's not going to get there in a million years. We'll see out this highlight and then we'll make our subs. I can see McKendry's knackered, so's Jack Clark, basically the ones we didn't rotate out at the start. Rowan Ince hasn't had the best match, but Nelson could change it here. What a goal that is. I have no idea what the keeper was doing. It was straight down the middle from 30 yards and it went straight through the goalkeeper's hands. A wonderful goal from Nelson, and it's time for substitutions. Tom Walker on for McKendry. Jack Clark's knackered. We're going to bring on Richards in central midfield. He'll go as a box-to-box midfielder. He's not too bad at that role. Rowan Ince hasn't had the best game, but I don't know that I want to take him off. Aaron Davis has struggled too, so we might bring Jack Lee on for him. In fact, I'm going to leave it for now, and we'll make a time-wasting sub if we need to. 10 minutes to go, and it looks like we're on course for the most unlikely of victories. 5 minutes to go. Is Sheffield Wednesday with the long ball. Just if you wanted to highlight how much of a depth there was between the two sides, a gulf in financial resources. They've brought on Saido Berahino with 10 minutes left to go on as their auxiliary second striker. He's cutting in from the left, but McCoon clears the corner away. Nelson gets there. The man's been inspired. Maybe we can go back to 2 up front. Nelson and Jack could be a brilliant partnership. Richards over the top to Facey. Can't keep it in, and we're going to think about a final sub now. Davis is still struggling. I hate to change the defence late on in games, but I might have to here. In fact, no. Rowan McDonald's coming on for Ince. Let's go back to first choice in that position. He wasn't much less tired, and we want to strengthen the team. Rowan McDonald's on. We're going to drop to cautious, and we'll do our time wasting in a moment. A set piece from Sheffield Wednesday. McDonald is there, and that's why we brought him on. He deals with it. He gets there first, and there's no repeat of that early corner in this match. Jota's corner's headed away by Walker, one of the other subs. McEachran into Derrick. Now Lockyer. He scored the first goal for them. Browning back to McEachran. Browning again. Lockyer, they're just keeping it. You can pass it as much as you want there, as long as you don't score a goal. Facey heads the cross away. And now Torrell, another substitute's there. They've got the possession 30 yards out. They've dominated the game, but we've just had a classic smash and grab. And if we can hold on, it would be a wonderful result against a really big side. Sheffield Wednesday's a ground I visited a couple of weeks ago as a Luton fan in the FA Cup. That was a great day out. And to see this, if we can do this for the Torquay fans as well, what a wonderful achievement it would be. Bass with the goal kick. Just 2 minutes of stoppage time left. And Browning's got the ball back to his keeper Coleman, who could be at fault for losing them the game based on what we saw from that second Nelson goal. Richards gets the ball in the middle. Back to Byrne. Byrne goes long. If this highlight could end so my voice gets a break, I'd be very happy. List is charging at the defence. I don't mind if it's a Torquay goal though. Walker to McComb. Blocked behind for a corner. And we're going to go all out defence now. We're going to time waste all the time. Play for set pieces. Regroup, hold shape, slow the pace down. You know exactly how we play this game. Let's get on with the corner and see the last 90 seconds. Walker with the delivery to the back post, straight at Coleman again. Both pieces from the left-hand side have been terrible. McKendry when he was on in the first hour, and Walker since. They've both just hit the keeper so many times. Here is Berahino. Last chance for Sheffield Wednesday. Blocked away. Only as far as Boyle. I don't know the voice can handle 45 more seconds, but McCabe heads it away for a throw. Sheffield Wednesday will take it from the right-hand side. Browning into Hammond. Now Jota. He's been the danger man for them all game. We'll definitely be scouting him after, but I'm sure he'll be out of our depth. Bass makes a brilliant save from Garner. No one, certainly not me, expected him to shoot there, but Bass was equal to it. Browning's at the back post for the header, but Davis heads it away. And what a decision it was to keep him on. With 40 seconds past the time, referee blow the whistle. He does, we win. What a result, what a performance. Despite being outplayed in the the first half, we were so proud of the lads in the second. A brilliant result, and Sean Taylor, you've got it spot on, son. I wasn't really thinking of replacing you. Let's have a look at what that means for the table. We're up into 8th place now, level on points with the playoffs, but it's quite a tight league. We have moved away from the relegation zone now, but there's such a small gap back to the bottom end of mid-table. Luton on 22, Oxford on 21, just a couple of defeats away. We'll have a quick look at the schedule to see when we'll next be back. I want to get back for as many big games as possible. The next 2 are cup games, and then we've got a little spell. But around Christmas, we've got Rotherham, who beat us on the first day, Portsmouth, and then we've got Luton and Maidstone. So I might just leave it until there. We mentioned in a previous episode about that feature-length episode. We're going to review Maidstone's rise as they've come up the divisions with us. And Luton I obviously support. It's the start of the January window, and it's just an action-packed episode. So that one will be slightly longer. Hopefully my voice will have recovered and I can make up for the 2 short croaky episodes we've done this week. So on Sunday we're hoping to have a big one with those 2 games featured heavily. But a massive thanks for watching as always. If you did enjoy it, please put a thumbs up on the video. Apologies again for the croaky voice. Hopefully we'll be back to normal in the next couple of days. Subscribe to the channel for daily FM19 content from my 2 long-term stories, as well as a weekly video from FIFA 19. Let me know in the comments where you think we're going to finish, and do I need to strengthen anywhere in January? What would be your recommendation? Also, I keep getting tempted back to the 4-4-2, so do you think I should move back, or should I stick with what I'm building here with the 4-3-3/4-5-1? I'm interested to know your thoughts, as I'm a little bit puzzled going into January, and it's one of the first times I've been up to date with the series where I'm recording the day before it comes out, so your opinions will make a huge difference to what I do in the window. But a big thanks for watching again as always, and putting up with my Sean Dyche voice, and I'll see you next time for that big episode at the start of January.